Okay, so we're at the entrance of the Gilles Villeneuve circuit, and the bike path on the circuit is still there. It's a rainy day in Montreal, by the way. This is the hairpin. As you can see, it's always closed off because there are people who think that they can take the hairpin and they end up getting hurt. So I'm looking for any evidence of any kind of work that is being done, and it looks to me like they are preparing for the event. Forget the stands. The stands are there. They are always there. They're not, they're incomplete. But the protection around the track, these catch fences, that has been just installed just recently. So it's evidence that the organizers want to have this race on, but the fact that the grandstands are incomplete, well, that tells me that they're not so focused on having people here. So all this catch fencing on both sides of the long straight over here and ahead of the pit lane, it's all evidence that they're working on setting up the track. So we're coming up to the entrance of the pit lane, the famous chicane with the wall of champions right there, right ahead of us. And now we're going on the main straight along the paddock area, start finish line. So this is where the grid forms. And again, if you look on the right, I don't know if you can see it here, but the grandstands it's just a frame. There's nothing much there. But all this catch fencing, this is permanent over here. So no, it's not surprising that they're here. I'm looking for evidence that they're preparing for the race, and I'm trying to find something that'll, well, the catch fencing on the left along the pit exit is evidence to me, and also this along right here at the Senna S's, you can see that they've put what looks like preparation barriers and catch fencing. So I'm currently on the Senna S's. Ahead are what used to be, what is actually Grandstand 11, but of course it's just a skeleton. They're really not working on it. I was here last week. I mean, this area is always fenced. I'm not too worried about this area, but there's an area coming up that didn't have catch fencing, and I'm looking for evidence that they're working on installing the catch fencing there. So we're coming up to it. This, I believe, is the famous curve where 2 years ago Sebastian Vettel went a little off, and Hamilton complained, and of course got the 5-second penalty. What amazes me about this circuit, about this part of the circuit, is that the turn is literally blind. I mean, I don't know how these F1 drivers do it. They're taking this part of the circuit at close to 200 kilometers an hour. I'd be petrified to do that. Okay, all this catch fencing on both sides here are just installed. It's all new. And it looks to me like they are preparing. They're preparing to install catch fences all around. There's nothing here on the right. Oh, I better do the stop. Yeah, this would have to be closed off. This is, I don't remember what pavilion it is, but there's a radio station there now. I can't be sure if, I know this place, this wasn't, there was no catch fencing here last week, and now there is. So on the left side, anyways. On the right side, no. Oh yeah, there's definitely been some progress, some work done around the track. I apologize, I don't know the turn numbers by heart. I believe this is turn 13, which is ahead of the portion of the track that leads to the hairpin. So I know that this is the area ahead of the track that leads to the hairpin, and what I see here is evidence that they are working on setting up barriers. This wasn't here last week, and I don't know if you could see from afar, but there's a squirrel crossing the track. Last week I saw a fox carrying a dead squirrel in its mouth. This place teems with wildlife. It is quite something. And yes, I am respecting the speed limit. This is a public road. I do not want to, you know, cause an infraction. And like I said before, this is where Kubica, of course, well, he had a wild accident. I think it was back in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. And this eventually leads to the hairpin, which, like I said, is closed off. And the grandstands are there in skeleton, but not much else. So that was a rapid tour of Circuit Gilles Villeneuve on this April the 16th, rainy April the 16th, 2021 in Montreal. It'd be nice to have a Grand Prix, but I guess it'll all depend on political will. Take care.